que tomaste esa noche,
No mucho. I didn't drink a lot last night, did I?
I was not with you later on.
No, we drink. Are you got me on tape again? Last
Es
night
un drunk.
we drank. Drunk. Paracha.
Paracha.
No, tomamos yo, él, Montalvo, Cisco y Kelly. Tres botellas
yeah.
de vino, nada más.
Oye, ¿y Sonia dónde anda?
Sonia está en la selva. ¿Por qué?
No más digo, no la he visto, pues.
Rego quiere saber. Ah, pero sabes, dilo que ella no está, no tiene no todavía. I went to, remember how I said my camera already broke? I went and took it back and they were like, no, you just have to do this and such. And I was like, oh.
And it worked fine?
You know that shutter thing that open, you have to push open or close the shutter protection? So when it's closed, you can't take a picture. So I was trying to advance the film and take a picture with the shutter thing closed. So they were like, no, this is how you do it. And I was like, oh.
That's exactly how my little Vivitar used to be. I should have remembered that.
I felt stupid.
Cisco's right about Sergio?
With what?
With respect to him wanting you to be his woman
Chica?
after his wife and lover?
Nah. He was talking about his wife today, about how she's really great and really nice and they have a great relationship. No, he doesn't.
As long as he can get a break from her every now and then.
Well, she lives in Oaxaca. He just moved here 4 months ago, and I asked him why doesn't she live with you? And he said it's because this job isn't secure, and my daughter is in school, and we own a house, so we go back and forth. But strangely enough, that he should bring up his wife today and not before. Because I asked him, "Do you have a child?" He said, "Oh yeah, I have a young daughter." He didn't say anything else.
Now, why is strange in that he? Well, maybe Cisco is right.
Maybe. But we were talking about the opinions of... I know you're taping this, aren't you?
I don't know if you're on, though. I can't really... I'm not monitoring, you know.
I'm on. No.
I'm just not sure if you were... You look good on tape, on camera.
My face is all broken out. I look tired.
Mine, too. I don't know what the fuck happened with me.
What happened
Jesus.
to us. But really. But anyway, no, he was talking about the opinions of Mexicans with extranjeras.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a... I left the conversation feeling not very good.
It's kind of saying, no me gusta extranjeras.
No, he wasn't giving his opinion. Hey, he's a very educated, very traveled, worldly man. He doesn't really have the same opinion as, say, like a young Mexican guy who's never left the state.
But he's maybe saying, like, it wouldn't be a good career move for you or something?
He wasn't saying that at all. What he said was, me cae bien muchísimo. Me cae bien, Marcia. Which means, I like you very much.
¿Quién?
Sergio. But to say that me cae bien is different than saying me gustas. That's like saying I like you, like I like you.
Sí.
No me dijo me gusta, solo me cae bien. Sergio. Anyway, so he was saying, and then right after that conversation, he started talking about the opinions of many Mexicans of foreigners, foreign women, which is, why are you here? You're here to have a good time, like our friend Kelly. Mm-hmm. You're here to have a good time, and the Mexican men take advantage of that. And he said, but if you're not, they wonder kind of like, why would you want to stay in this state? Because your state is so rich and so easy and so efficient, and it's so hard to live here, and there's so many poor people, and it's so hard to make money, and so they kind of question it. And they said that he says that they
like
kind
you're
of
some colonialist or something.
They kind of approach Mexican or traveler women, like extranjeras, like as if they're kind of dumb. The Mexican men do. And he said it's trying to make up for their own insecurities because they know that these women are probably educated, they travel all over the place, but they treat them kind of as if they're a little tonto.
And it almost seems like
stupid.
The extranjera women respond in that way.
Exactly.
It's sort of like I'm going, geez, how come that kind of ridiculous treatment never works for me with these women?
As our example, right?
Yeah, exactly. As numerous examples that seem to abound.
Exactly. So, anyway, I left the conversation feeling a little strange as well because he had mentioned to me he wanted, you know, like Mexicans talk a lot and they don't do much. Oh, I would love for you to start this project with me. I'm designing this jewelry. The president of Patronato of Nabalón wants to pay for the project. We can travel to Mexico City. I mean, this exhibit, you can work with me on the computer designing it, blah, 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 blah. I mentioned it to him today. I'm like, oh yeah, give me, let's keep writing back and forth with this email because I also want to talk to you about your jewelry project. He's like, oh yeah, man.
Blew it off, kind of?
Not blew it off, but it was like, oh yeah, we'll have to talk about that. You know? But then he does want to help me out with getting a grant to come back and work at Nabalón. He wants me to work at Nabalón.
Well, I imagine.
But but there was a weird move from before. Before he was like, Marta, vamos a empezar este proyecto, vamos a trabajar juntos, vamos a esto. Today he was like, oh look, all right, we gotta go. I'm in a hurry, blah blah blah. Yeah, write me, me cae bien. Yeah. He was kind of around in the 80s when safe sex was a big deal and AIDS was really exploding. Yeah. So he's trying to explain safe sex, like how you can have a good time without. So he brought this guy out in diapers. This guy did, and like blindfolded or something, and then he ended up, like spanking him and the other guy was talking. I mean, like real. So, and Cisco had to go up there and ask him to leave because these parties were so big that a lot of people came that they wouldn't have appreciated that, especially in '81 or whatever that was. I mean, now you might be able to get away with it, but at the time,
now it would probably be really a positive thing to